All right, so the next IXL I wanted you guys to complete for this week was L5. More transformations, but this time the reflections, graphing, and image. And just kind of like what I've been doing for the other videos, I'm going to show you guys a quick review of what we did in the past. So the keyword you had to remember for reflection is flip, because that's essentially what we're doing. We're grabbing any image from here and flipping it across some sort of line of reflection. A lot of times they used to be a line of reflection would be the x-axis, the line of reflection would be the y-axis. Sometimes it would be a line of just any other horizontal line like y equals 2, or a vertical line x equals something. So then now what we used to do, if they gave you the image already on the graph, I always felt like the easiest way to do it would be to count how far away B or C or A is from the line of reflection, and then just count the same number of units in the opposite direction. So for example, if to get from this B to my line of reflection it was 5 units this way, I would count 5 units the other way to get to my new B. And that's essentially what we did. So I'm just going to go ahead and just do a few problems here on IXL for you. So this one's saying graph the image of square ABCD after a reflection across the y-axis. So the line of reflection is this y-axis right here. So I'm just going to count how far away is C from the y-axis. So it's 1, 2, 3. 3 units away from the y-axis. So I'm just going to count in the opposite direction to get to my new C. So 1, 2, 3 this way. There's my new C. And I do the same thing with D. D is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 away from there. And then I would just count 10 this way. All right. Another little trick you can think of if you want to think about this a little bit more intuitively, if you have common sense. If C is at -3 here, C will be at -3 along that same line. So either way, and again, I'm going to do the same thing with B. It's 3. Well, I'm going to go with A next. A is 10 this way, so I'm going to go 10 this way. And B is 3 this way, so count 3 this way. You're good to go. All right. Again, and if it's across the x-axis, don't forget that the x-axis is the horizontal axis. So I'm just going to count how far away T is from there. So it's 1. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to count 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'll count S. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then I'm going to count 6 in the same direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And for you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then go 7 up this way. And there's your reflection across the x-axis. This is more of the same. Let me see if I can jump a level and see what other types of problems you would see. All right, so this one's a little bit different. This one's saying like it's not about the y-axis or x-axis anymore. Now they want you to reflect across y equals -1. So a big confusion for students is they forget if y equals is a horizontal line at -1 or a vertical line at -1. If it's y equals, that just essentially means that it's crossing the y-axis at -1. So look where y equals look to see where y is -1. So on the y-axis, -1 is right here, and that you're just going to have to see the imaginary line right there, and that's your line of reflection. Okay. Whoops. I did not mean how do I escape that? Whatever. I don't know how I did that. But anyways, so y equals -1. Look for -1 on the y-axis, and then it's a line that crosses that point. So I'm going to go ahead and just reflect it across that imaginary line. So I'm going to start with E. So it's 1, 2, 3 away from y equals -1, and then count in the other direction. 1, 2, 3. There's my new E. D is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 away from y equals -1. So I'm going to count in the opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I'll go to F next. So F is 1, 2, 3 away from y equals -1. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, I shouldn't do F, because then it'll just look funny. I should have gone to C next. Sorry. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 away from y equals -1. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then F is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 away. I shouldn't have gone from D to F, because if I did, it would just kind of look like a big zigzag. You're supposed to kind of go in the same order around and not just jump around from random points to random points. So hopefully that's right. There we go. This one wants you to do it across the x-axis. Let's see what happens if I jump a level. This is more of the same thing. So again, this one's a little bit different because it says x equals -1. So look for -1 on the x-axis, right there. And you're going to imagine the line of reflection right there. So I'll just do this one real quickly. I'm making the video a little bit longer than usual, but that's fine. So if this is my original M, I'm going to go to my new M, like counting from this line of reflection. So M to x equals -1 is 1, 2, 1, 2. From this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What makes sense? I guess I'll go to K. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, and then J. 1, 2. Wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And done. All right, and that's about as hard as they get. So hopefully this oh, this one says over the line y equals x. Ah, there we go. So again, if you wanted to reflect across y equals x, that's the one where you have to remember the rule. And if you guys remember the rule, let me just kind of go back to our notes from the past. If you wanted to reflect across y equals x, the best way of doing that was to look at the original point. So like for this one, they wanted to reflect across y equals x. Look at the original points, and then all you had to do to get from your old x to your new x, all you had to do was flip the x and the y coordinates. So if the original x was -5, -2, your new x is -2, -5. All they did was flip. Same thing with y, -3, 4, 4, -3. So that's what we're going to do for this one. So I look at n, and n is located at 5, -5. So then that means that my new n is going to be -5, +5. All right. Same thing with m. If m was at +10, -5, you're going to flip that around. And if I flip that around, I would have 10 -5 would be -5, 10. So I'm going to go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go up 10. 10 is up there. All right. So then the next point would be, let's just do L. So L was at 7, -9. So if I flip that around, it'll be -9 up to 7. And then for K, it was at 2, -9. So if I flip those around, it'll be -9 up to. And please be right. Okay, there we go. I got it. So yeah, and again, so that's if it's over y equals x. Let me see if there's an example of y equals -x. If it's y equals -x, you just have to remember to flip both of them, the x and the y, and then change the sign for both of them. So for y equals x, you're just flipping the numbers. But for y equals -x, you're flipping the numbers and you're changing the sign for both. So I think that covers every type of example. I'm glad I stuck around to help you in case you came across the problem y equals x. But that's about all you need to know for reflection. So again, if you send me, if you want to ask me a question about any of this, just send me an image of whatever question you're struggling with, and I'll try my best to respond as soon as possible. Take care.